Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. We are going to take a look at the three new pieces of equipment from the free content update, which is basically 3 mods by Giant Software, but sometimes they call it, there are some questions about this in my earlier video that I posted this morning talking about it. Giant Software calls it a ModHub update or a free content update. Those are kind of the terms that they typically use, so that's why I put those on the title and stuff like that. But they are essentially mods, so we're going to take a look at them though. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at them. So first one here is the New Holland CR1090 pack, which is pretty cool. If we go into, these are the 3 mods we're going to take a look at, these guys right through here. But if we take a look at this pack here, we have the CR1090 Revelation, which of course is going to do your standard crops that a harvester is going to do. So nothing really crazy about that. If we go into here, we have Design 1 for kind of the grain tank. It doesn't change the capacity at all. The capacity is still going to be 14,500 liters. We have Design 2 and then Design 3, which is... Did it actually load that? Yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah. 3 is a little bit different than 1, I guess. Yeah, just a touch, but not by much. Anyhow, so I got a couple different brands of tires and stuff in here. You can do twin wheels on them as well. If we go back to here under the crawler track, we can also do twins under there or back to the crawler track. So you can do twins or crawler on that, which makes sense. Big old harvester and everything like that. It is a little pricey for what it is. I feel like $628.5 is the starting price, and then $25,000 for the crawler tracks. And of course, you can get it to be a little bit more expensive if you use Design 2 for the grain tank there. But again, that doesn't change anything about anything that it's got going on. 700 horsepower, though, quite a bit. Has 2 different headers. This is the Verifeed 41-foot, 12-meter header, 6 miles an hour. If we go in here, there's no customization. It is just a big old grain header. They may have one that's a little bit bigger. So this one's 12 meters wide. This one's 13.7. They both harvest at 6 miles an hour and do the same grain style crops. If we go in here, this one, what's nice about this is not only is it longer, but it also has kind of the built-in trailer, which I have set up out here. So you can tow it around if you'd like to. And I'm going to go ahead and just disconnect that. And then what you can do when you get to wherever you're trying to harvest, you can get around behind it and you can hook up to it. And then if you hit X, you can fold that up, and it puts all the wheels and stuff away there. And the harvester itself is already unfolded, but yeah, if we come out here, we can go ahead and start harvesting away, and it harvests at 6 miles an hour like anything else would. So nothing too crazy there. And that's it, leaving just the mulch state behind us. But if we do want to, we can leave straw behind, which that should have fixed it, hopefully. If not, I did something wrong. Yeah, there we go. So there's the straw swath coming out the back, so all works as it should. Now let's go ahead and hop over to these guys right over here. I got the 3 different configurations for this Oxbow pack. So it's the Oxbow 6030. It's $215,000 starting price. It's 164 horsepower. It can hold between 3,100 and 3,400 liters, depending on kind of what it's doing, and it runs at 4 miles an hour when it's working. So you can have it here in the harvester configuration. You can change the brand of the tires, but nothing else really changes there. You can put a license plate on if you'd like to. This is the rear unload harvester, kind of like what we're used to seeing. It is $30,000 more to have in this configuration. It's $20,000 more only, though, which is, I think, better to have it in this configuration, which is the side load. So this conveyor will go off to the side. Though I do believe, what do we got for capacity here? Does it tell us? It doesn't say, where does it say the capacity? It's not telling us the capacity in here. I think... Yeah, this one doesn't show it, but this one has 3,100 liters, so it's weird that the overloading harvester doesn't show us the capacity in here. That's odd. And then for $0 more, you can have the multi-row sprayer, which is pretty cool. We'll take a look at this. This will do liquid fertilizer or herbicide, and I think it's probably the same capacity for both of the harvester configurations, but we can kind of check that here in a second. So for this guy right here, let's go ahead and hit X to unfold it, and they absolutely turn on a dime. I mean, I can whip this thing around. They turn crazy good. I let off there for a little bit, but yeah. So go ahead and lower it down and get her cooking across here. You can see that it should theoretically be harvesting, and our capacity should start going up here shortly. Maybe. There we go. Oh, that took a while for that to start going up. I'm assuming it's going to go up for a while after we get to the end of this row then. Get to the end here. Okay. Yeah, it's going to go up for probably a while there. Yeah, long while. So beware of that. Still going up. Still going up. There we go, 298. And if we want to fill this, yeah, 3100 is what it's going to have for the capacity. So we'll get this out of the way. Then the next harvester is this guy right here, which is the... So this one right here, I should say as well, if I hit Control-I, it should let me unload. Maybe not. Will not let me unload on the ground? Maybe not. You can't put grapes in the ground. It'll unload off the back here. I should have gotten a grape trailer. That's my bad. But it'll unload out the back, just kind of like what it does with the other grape harvesters, which if we go in here, I can show you those. And I actually also want to compare kind of the capacity as well here. Grape harvesters. So this one here, up to 3,000 liters, so a little better than that one. This one's 3,100 as well. And then this one here is up to 4,000, which is kind of nice. But it is a little bit more than that one. So this is a good economy grape harvester, that's for sure. Well, of course, the harvester configurations for that a little bit more, so this is actually still the cheapest, I believe. But, yeah. Anyhow, let's go ahead and hit X to unfold this. It's going to raise it up. Go ahead and turn it on. Start harvesting. Oh, that's right. I'm doing this completely wrong. There's no capacity for this. That'll teach me a lesson there. I don't think you can't overload it automatically on the ground, but I totally forgot how this works. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's no capacity for this. You have to have someone drive alongside of it. So I do think this is a pretty cool piece of equipment, but maybe less useful for playing single player like I am right here. You can see the grapes are going. They got nowhere to go. But yeah, it's still a really cool piece of equipment. It's nice that we're getting all the Oxbow equipment back. Totally spacing how this worked. I apologize, guys. I came in here all confident, like I knew what I was talking about, and I shouldn't have been so confident. That's definitely on me. But yep, there we go. Here I am pointing out that it doesn't have a capacity listed, nor should it have a capacity listed, because it doesn't have one. So anyhow, pretty cool harvester, though. If you're playing multiplayer, this thing's pretty sweet. And it does work out well. You can actually have people go up and down the rows next to you as well with the grape trailer, because the grape trailers are not super wide. That one's probably too wide. Let's go back to this one. This one can go up and down the rows usually pretty easily. It might be a touch wide, so I don't know. It may not be ideal for what you got going on. But yeah, you do have the overloading harvester if you want to use that. And this one I think is honestly the coolest part of this whole setup here. You can get this thing set up, unfold it there. Let's go down the center here. Now I have herbicide in here. Well, it's 3,400 liters. Should be able to drive over one of the rows like this, and then turn it on, and that's going to spray for your weeds or fertilize all 4 of those rows at once, which is pretty darn cool. Does it at 5 miles an hour, which is awesome. And you should be able to use GPS for these guys as well. If I go to steering assist and hit OK, you can lock onto there. And then you can have this guy just kind of rock and roll, and that does work for the harvesters as well. You can have them use steer assist as well, use the GPS function. So, pretty cool. Get you out to the end there, turn that off, and finally, we have this nice cultivator plow combo thing in the back, which I'll kind of show you how this works. So, if we go over to this field, that's hanging off there, not the best example so far. If we go over here, I lower this down, it's going to start cultivating, and that's going to go over and it's going to give it a, well, it's going to start plowing, sorry, and that's going to give it a cultivated site, state off to the side there. So, works pretty cool. And then as you keep going up the rows, what you'd probably want to do here, if you really wanted the cultivated state, you then go back up this way. And there you go. You're getting that cultivated state over top of it, which is pretty sweet. And actually, how is it doing on that ridge there? It's not... Oh, it is getting rid of the ridge. Okay. It was starting to drop it like a little bit down. Back here you can see it wasn't quite... It was like starting to... Like right in there you can see it was starting to paint the inside of the ridge, but not actually cover it up, which is kind of interesting. But, yep. You do your thing with that. You can also get it in a regular configuration if we go into the store here. Take a look at it here. You can do it just as a standard plow as well. Or you can add the Paco mat, which is kind of the new kind of cool feature that it has. I mean, not new to us, really. We've had that before, but that's what is different from what we already have in games. So there you go. But yeah, nothing too exciting, but there is some cool equipment in here, I think. So there you guys go. A lot of you guys, I think, honestly, I think the big things are going to be the Oxbow. I don't think a lot of people are going to care about having another plow. Maybe it was your favorite plow and you're excited to have it back, but the Oxbow pack was cool. That adds a couple new features there. Maybe not new features is probably not the way to put that. Adds a couple new pieces of equipment that allow you to do things a little different. And then The new Holland CR1090 is a absolute beast of a harvester, so I know a lot of you guys will be excited about that. But there you guys go. If you enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.